Hi folks, and you come for a blether. Welcome to part 2 of May's auction. So this is a box full of treasure. Here we have an old Bourneville cocoa tin. This was the same company as Cadbury. Label's fallen off, but I think I'll try and glue that back on a wee bit because it's too nice to lose. And in here is the back of a rivet. So hopefully the other part will be in there and that'll be quite nice. I'll have a wee stock of those. Box of old files in a file box. This says best warranted steel files, Heart and Hand brand, Samuel Osborne and Co Limited, Clyde Steelworks, Sheffield. So that's a nice thing. Again, it's pretty knackered, but there's loads of files in there and I'll have a wee look through them. There's bound to be a few good ones. I don't know if this box is connected to the first box I showed you. I think it will be. There's a lot of kind of similar pattern making tools in here. This is a kind of random thing. This says, there's a load of stuff in the back. Qualcast Panther. So this is the side of a mower, I believe. So if anyone needs this to fix their mower, they're welcome to have it. Qualcast Panther. And there's a chain and a couple of cogs in there, so if you need that to restore an old machine, you give me a shout. Then we have sliding bevel, rosewood and brass. That'll clean up really quite nicely. The steel's really good on that, still not pitted or anything. We have this old St Bruno, Ogden's St Bruno flake tin. Really nice old tin. And inside here is a leather pouch with steel wedges and feeler gauges and other random wee bits and pieces. But who would have used these tapered wedges in their trade? In this box there's a few of them I noticed when I had my auction viewing. And this pouch is probably from the pipe smoker's old pipe bag. So, like I say, a box full of stories unearthing. And here is the Capstan Navy Cut cigarettes tin with lots of bits and pieces in here, space oil, bits of brass, big chunky brass screws, just miscellaneous stuff. Tins are cool, I like these old tins. Don't know if I can start collecting those, but a few wee ones round about are always fine, they don't take up much room. Random bit of metal, I think it's from that Panther mower, so Bothwell Street, Glasgow. This is a bag of nails, some of them bent, so obviously we're going to take them home and straighten them. Little roller, probably from this special mower. Keep all that together. So this box cost me £5, so it's just a kind of random bit of fun. See what's in it. There's should be another part of that. Again, lots of these steel wedges and punches and homemade punch. And these wedges, what would they have been used for? Levelling up a machine or pretty unusual, but we will find out. Somebody will know. Big lump of a hammer here, £2 hammer, ball peen hammer. It's made in Glasgow. Can't see the name. Begins with D. We'll clean that up a wee bit and see what we can find. A bit on about that, which will be quite interesting. Nice tool from Scotland there. We have a pair of curved snips made by Matheson Glasgow. So Glasgow connection. Curved ones, really quite nice. Stuff in this box is really all pretty clean. Some kind of troweling thing, I don't know what that would have been for. No idea. More of these homemade scrapers made of old files. G. Nurse & Co. Invicta Works. Chisel. Handle's seen better days, but good blade. Interesting, never heard of that. This is for holding taps or reamers or something like that. Big lump of a thing. There's a bit of a name down there, but I don't think these old eyes will read that, but we will try and have a look if we can. Load of old spanners, I'm going to have to get up now. Excuse me for that. A bung, a bearing, big brass heavy tap for something. Be interested what that was. Let's find out what that was. This ring and square key. This is really light metal. Don't know what it is, maybe made of aluminium or something, but it's not heavy at all. Quite a strange, unusual item. Another tapered wedge. Don't know what that's for again. It's for a pulley. We had these for hanging and drying clothes in the kitchen. A big podger steel spike for lining up holes. Scraper made from an old file. So there's lots of old end of a screwdriver. Some ceramic electricity thingamabobbers, whatever they are. Another well battered punch. Some random nuts and bolts. There's an old padlock. Be interesting to see if we could find the key for that in here. Lots of bits of steel like keyways and bit of a broken sharpening stone. Rubber bung. Don't know what that would be for. Bush and Hickman, London. Big die. Lots of things. Brass. Handy for doing wee repairs on levels and things. And it goes on and on. Pair of dividers, calipers, sorry. Lots of bits and pieces in there. Another file made into a scraper. There's no end to that box, so some kind of lever thing. Loads of these spanners. Don't know the names of these things. These are quite interesting. These would go in a drill, in a lathe. Stalker 5/16. Bit of solder maybe, or use it as a light punch. Might have been using it as a punch. It's kind of filed down at the end. I'm not going to keep digging in there, I'm going to show you other stuff. Gold chisel. This kind of scooped out chisel, I don't know, would that have cut metal? I've never seen anything like that. Another big gold chisel. It's a Braids & Co. Good British make there. Another strange chisel-y, punchy, I don't know what that is. Another cold chisel. And this guy could lick something with his hammer. Spanners made in England, no name. Another big spiky thing. To me that looks like a line pin, but it's way heavier than a line pin for building a wall, maybe for cleaning out mortar, but I don't think it's the right trade. I think this is for steel. An Isaac Greaves chisel, still in pretty good nick that. Wee bit off the square, but it's sharp. Big Marples chisel, well chipped, but we could bring it back. It's an interesting big lump. A load of hacksaw blades, and these seem really sharp. I've never seen hacksaw blades like this. Very aggressive looking. Anyway, we can look at that again. That's the lid of that box. This is the Nugget waterproof black, brown and white polishes as used in the royal households. Well, can't get better than that, can you? More big spanners. These strange metal chisels. Another spanner. Whatever job it was doing. It's quite a nice cold chisel. It's been dressed off. Scott's Moth, MOF, good trademark. Missing the labels. This has got a lot of metal working tools in here, heavy stuff. Interesting though. Again, this box was £5, so it's well worth it, even for the weight alone. I could have probably took it up to the scrappies and made my money back and had a profit and kept a nice wooden box. Some more bits of brass, copper wire just fell. I think that's lead wire or solder. More wee chisels. I think that's been made from a round file. Maybe. It's got that, or maybe it's been in a vise. It's got lots of marks on it. Another homemade punchy thing. That maybe is the biggest wood screw I've ever seen. Not longest, but biggest. That's crazy. And a sump plug thing here as well. Interesting. Interesting wee box. And then here, another Scott's MOF food trademark box. There's bits of the label left, but not very much. It's a big ring from a bearing. There's loads of the rivets in here, so that's cool. We can hopefully use them with the other parts that are in that other box, and I could maybe use them on leather sheaths and things like that. So yeah, that's good. Glad they're there. Here's my lid because I've made a mess here. So, not finished yet. A pokey thing. A hammer handle. A big shop-made clamp. That's pretty heavy and it's got a stamp on it as well. HW something. And we're nearly at the end. Kind of plumber wrench kind of thingy-bobber. Another hammer, ball peen hammer, £2 weight. Lump of solder, is it? File that's been bent and shaped into a scraper. Another cold chisel. Lots of pieces of brass in the bottom of this. Some quite hefty pieces. All different things. I don't know what they were used for. But there's plenty of it. Kind of more looks like copper, that piece, but I think it is brass. This is a bit of aluminium in here. There's a paper in the bottom of this as well, a newspaper. More brass. The Bulletin and Royal Scots and Scots Pictorial. Pictures of the Craigie Farmer Society show at Craigie near Kilmarnock. Picture there, girl on the horse. And the newspaper is from Thursday, April the 14th, 1932. So that wasn't yesterday. So maybe a bit random, all that stuff, but there's good wee stories in this box, and I'll probably keep telling me stories as I dig into the other boxes further. I'm hoping I might find a key for the padlock or even the box itself, but we never know. We never know. So hope you enjoyed that. Bit of a random haul, but it was worth it for a wee dig. Catch up soon for more blethers.